Hi, so we're going to use SSH, which is a secure shell, to set up a machine and control a machine on Amazon Web Services. So first we need to set up the machine, and we'll do that through our browser. So we'll log into Amazon AWS, Amazon Web Services, and set the machine up. Then we'll communicate with SSH. So we'll need on our client side to have a command window. On the Mac, it's called a terminal window, but both Windows and Mac support a command window that will allow us to use SSH to connect to the machine. Now, to make this a secure connection, the machine will generate a key, a password if you like. This is using PKI, public key infrastructure, but we'll generate a key that will download to our client, and then Amazon will be able to check that it's us communicating with the machine. Okay, so that's what's going to happen. So let's start first by logging into Amazon, and so here we are on Amazon Web Services. Let me just center this a minute so you can see, and let me sign in. Okay, so I've signed in, and we're going to use EC2 to launch an instance. Okay, so here we can, if we like, we can go to the EC2 dashboard. And at the moment I've got 0 running instances, but what we want to do is to launch an instance. Okay, so we're on the EC2 dashboard, and let's launch an instance. I'm going to move this up just so you can see everything clearly. And it gives us a choice of various kinds of machines, a Linux machine, and what we're going to do is we're going to set up this Ubuntu server, and it's part of the free tier, and so we select it. Okay, so we're choosing the kind of operating system now for the machine that we're setting up. And again, we want the free tier one, so this button here automatically it's selected, and we just now go through the configuration instance details. Next, configuration instance details. So we select that. All of these are fine. We just click add storage, just select that, that's fine. And this, that's fine, no tags. Now we need a security group. So we're going to create a new security group, and let's call it first. This will be our first machine, called first. Okay, now what we need to say is what kinds of communication are we going to have with this? So we want SSH for sure on port 22. That'll be, so we add it. And instead of custom, we're going to do anywhere. We'll also set up a few more. For example, HTTP would be one here, and port 80, anywhere. We're not going to use these now, but later when we set up a web server, we'll need these. And for example, we'll usually need HTTPS, again, anywhere. And let's have a look, add the rule. And we may set up a custom TCP port. So for example, often we'll set up 8080 or 8081. Let's go with 8081. Okay, now we can review and launch. This looks good, launch it. Now, this is the part where the machine now, or rather Amazon, is going to generate a key for us. Choose an existing key pair. If you haven't got a key, create a new key. Okay, and let's call this first. Now, the main thing is we need to download the key. So click download. Let me push this up a little bit. I want you to see. Yeah, so it's downloaded a file called first.pem. I want to copy that to somewhere where I know where it is. Here's first. I'm going to cut, and I'm going to go to I'm storing mine here. I'm going to cut and paste it here. I've already got a few other keys, but here's first.pem. You see now it's stored here. So it's under C:\Compuxo, and that's where my file is. Okay, now that I've stored that, let's go back to this. Now launch instance. Now I'm back on the web, on the browser. And if I go back on this here, it'll take me to the services. If I go to EC2 and look for running instances, it's not running yet, but if we look now, we can see that now it's running. Now to communicate with that, I need to know its public address, its IP address. This. Yep. Now that machine has just been set up and given that, so it might take a while to propagate that. I'm going to copy this that's just above it. So this is the public DNS. Okay. So I'm going to be able now using SSH. Now let's open. So I'm going to go to here, Compuxo, and I'm going to now open git bash. This is on Windows. If you're on Mac, you need to open a terminal window for SSH. So find out how you open SSH. So here I've opened this git bash, and now, and what I want to do is I need to go back to here and copy this, the DNS here, there. Control C to copy to I'll paste it in. Now I need to go back my SSH. So we have SSH -i first.pem. Ubuntu at this. Okay, so that's the name of the machine, Ubuntu, and this is okay. It's saying the authenticity of this machine, you don't know, but let's say yes, we trust it. Now we're logged in. You see we're here at this address, and it's saying IP 1731. Let's just check that if it's the same. No, our public, the private DNS is that one, 1731. But we should be able to hit it at the public IP address. So that's us now talking to a running server. And we'll see later, now that we can talk to it, to the running server, and we'll see later how to set up a web server on this machine and talk to it. So for now, let's go back and kill this. It's a running instance, and we want to, and it's giving us the details here. For example, you see the IP address, that's public DNS, and the IP address. Those are the things we need. Now we need to go here and terminate. So let's get rid of our machine. Yes, terminate. Okay, so it's shutting down, and that's how we set up a machine and talk to it with SSH. And in class, we're going to continue and set up a web server in the next phase. Okay, so just make sure you can do that.